on my way.
Hey, it's Camo with the Nashville Access Show, presented by Solis North Gulch Apartment, where taste matters. And look, I get to hold something up again today. That's kind of my favorite thing. Our guest today, Lost Hollow. They've got a brand new album. Is it out now?
It'll be out August 26th.
Okay, you can shut up until I introduce you now. The album is called Looking for Happy. And as we heard, because I asked somebody, it'll be out August 26th. Ladies and gentlemen, Lost Hollow.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Tommy, Lorrie, first of all, happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Yay! You guys are like two of my favorite people. I love the music you make, and you're just cool to hang out with. So, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Because I get to do both. Hang out with you and get music. The new album is called Looking for Happy, and what a great title for an album. In a time where we need to all be looking for happiness.
Very true.
Boy, preach it.
Boy, very true. Yeah. Where did it come from?
Yeah. You took the words right out of my mouth.
I did, didn't I? We wrote this song like 3 years ago, I think. And my sister had been going through some postpartum depression. I've dealt with, the postpartum and stuff. And she did 100 Days of Happy on Instagram, where every day you post a picture of something simple. Sure. And I fell in love with the concept. And I said, Tom, we should write a song about it. So it's the song for us is that finding the little things that bring happiness to you.
And for when she says she's been through postpartum depression, for those of you that don't know, we have 6 kids.
Which in itself could be depressing.
It has
its moments.
We tell people we pretty much have one of everything. Just name a name, we probably have it.
Well, you could have all the vowels.
Yeah.
Yes.
And why?
There you go.
That's very true.
I think that way. You guys do a lot of work in the UK. In fact, you seem to be busier in the UK and Ireland and Europe than you are here as a band. How did that come about?
Well, you answer that.
It started in 2012. It actually started when I was a kid. I've always been into medieval. I love medieval history. And so we started going over there to the UK in 2012. And we've probably made 2 to 3 trips a year, every year since then. And it's so funny because we've been to so many castles. I'll ask Brits over there, have you been here? No. And so I'll start telling them about their castles. And
it's true.
But they just love music. They love organic music. They don't care if you're 18 and trying to sing songs about life lessons, which is one of my pet peeves. I want to learn life lessons from an 18-year-old. No offense, but
you haven't lived life yet.
How about you live some life? So, and over there, they're like, we don't care what age you are, just sing. They love great music
and lyrics.
And
yes,
lyrics.
And lyrics. Very true.
Yeah, and the one thing that Nashville absolutely beats you to death in a good way. It really teaches you that the lyrics have got to be amazing. You can't just slop some words on there.
Although when you slop some words on there, that tends to get radio airplay.
It does, yes. We should try it, but I don't think we can sleep at night.
We won't talk about country.
But yeah, the lyrics are much more important. And artists from here, when they go internationally, not just the UK, but Europe and worldwide, I always say how the audience doesn't just know the words to the single, they know the album.
Yeah.
And will sing the album back to them. And it seems even with rock, I remember Rush playing in Rio, and they have an instrumental song called YYZ, and 90,000 people in a football stadium down there singing the melody, just humming the melody.
It's amazing.
And who does that? It doesn't happen here.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I'm a Rush geek, so.
Yeah, me too.
Yes, you
Rush
guys
and
could
Rio.
just.
Yes, I got to meet Alex and Teddy,
Yeah.
and when I walked in the meet and greet room, I saw them both walk in, and then I went, Neil doesn't do meet and greets,
Right.
and I almost burst into tears. So,
Yeah, because you're a drummer.
yeah,
And one of the all-time great drummers of the world. And yeah, he doesn't. I remember seeing an interview with him. He says, "I just don't get it. Why people would want to meet me.
Yeah.
You know, it never would have occurred to me to want to meet my favorite drummers growing up.
Yeah.
So he just never did them.
yeah, no.
Finds it very strange.
He's very shy, very introverted. So I fake being an extrovert, but it's all a lie. She's the extrovert.
Yeah, you get to hide behind a kid.
He does, yes.
The bigger the kid, the more you get to hide.
Oh, yeah.
So you've toured a lot over there, and you've developed a really good fan base in the UK as well, and Ireland and Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, we're Europe is our next venture. We want to get into Netherlands and Germany and
Oh, they'll love it.
France. Yeah, it's just we've got to meet the right people to help us get over
We've
there.
got a lot of viewers in the Netherlands and Germany as well, so that's really cool.
That's awesome.
What inspires you? I mean, you're a couple, you have your kids in the band, and you work together, and you have home life together. What inspires you to make music? Because you're just around each other all the time. Does that act negatively or positively on your music?
Well, we try to actually take a lot of our life and put it into music. You know, there were times like on our first record, we got times. Remember when we wrote the song "Drifting"? We were going through a time where I was on the road a lot, and we were just fighting like cats and dogs, and we ended up writing "Drifting."
Yeah.
And
And it was funny the way we wrote it because he was actually on the way to, where were you? I don't remember, California or Utah. And we came up with the idea, and then he flew to Texas, and then when he got off the plane, he sent me some lyric ideas for the first verse, and then we kind of worked together with that. And then when he flew to Denver, it was like we literally wrote that song while he was flying and where he was going, and then kind of honed it in. Yeah.
One of my favorites that you two have done and written is "Water and Oil."
Mm-hmm.
That's just such a great song. And did that come out of a similar kind of situation?
that one, honestly, just we were just trying to write a heartbreak song, and we were writing with
It did.
Hillary McBride, and we just
And
thought,
we loved the Civil Wars, and we wanted to do something duet like the Civil Wars.
yeah, kind of, and
Yeah.
so we that song just kind of came out, and after it's one of those things where after 3 hours you do a work tape and you sit back and you listen and you go, whoa, where did that come from?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's great when I hear that live, when I see you guys do that.
Yeah,
And
it's
one
a
of my
great
favorite-
song.
Yeah, it's such a great song. And your harmonies are so good, and you'll get a sample of that.
That's because of him. He is so good with harmonies, and both of us. I mean, he loved the Carpenters and their harmonies, and Ricky Skaggs and his amazing harmonies.
I was in Ricky's band for 3 years, and boy, you talk about that.
Oh.
He doesn't do harmonies like a triad that moves up and down.
Yeah.
He'll do stuff that weaves in and out, and like the high part will go low, and they'll kind of dance around each other, and it really makes a huge difference.
Ricky is probably one of the most underrated musical geniuses.
Yes.
He doesn't get credit. Outside of the bluegrass and traditional country world, he doesn't get credit for his musical genius.
Yeah.
He's just amazing.
He is amazing.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Is that somebody that's kind of influenced you? Those
Definitely vocally, I learned a lot. I was in his band for 3 years in the 90s, and we called it the Ricky Skaggs College of Knowledge.
Yeah.
So the guy, I remember one time I was playing drums for him. I was the only one in the band that heard the click. We always played to a click track. Because bluegrassers, they're it's like walking a 150-pound Saint Bernard with a leash. You're like, whoa, slow down. And so I remember one time we were on stage, and we were waiting on the sound guy to do something, and So he starts playing Angel on My Mind. And I thought, well, let's see how good he is. So I dialed up Angel on My Mind, and I had a foot switch. So right on the beat, I turned the click on. And not only was he on the perfect tempo, but he stayed with the click, not hearing the click, for about 25 bars.
Wow.
It was amazing.
Wow.
It was like, I just stood there going, this guy's a machine.
Yeah.
He's really good.
Now, this goes to your influences too, because you've toured with Ricky. You were a longtime drummer for Reba.
Mm-hmm.
You're currently winding up Alabama's run.
Mm-hmm.
All those musical inspirations have to come together, and you're taking the best bits from all of that and bringing it not only as a writer but as an artist and performer.
Yeah,
Right.
That's exactly right. And
then on top of that, you've got session work with the songwriters, which
Well,
is just really...
Yeah, and in that I get to hear the best of the best of the best, see where the bar is,
Right.
and then go, well, we better get our music either up there or past it, or we don't have a chance.
Are there any times where you're thinking, yeah, we're doing pretty good, and then you get into a session like that and you come home and it's like, shit?
Well, I did, about 2 months ago, I did a record for an artist named Rumor,
Right.
and she's been on like Daryl's Place.
Yeah.
She is unbelievable, and she somehow found out about our music during the 3 days that we're recording, and we ended up, but at the end of the thing, she ended up asking us to do some backing vocals on 3 of the songs as Lost Hollow. So we're going to get billed as Lost Hollow. But I remember we were doing the whole record. This particular record is a Hugh Presswood songbook, so they're all Hugh Presswood songs. And I remember we were listening to a song called Oklahoma Stray, and at the end of the song, there was not oxygen in the whole room because everybody had gone,
Wow.
and I mean, you're talking about a room full of, some of them way older than me, that have done way more sessions than me. You're talking the crustiest, most cynical musicians on the planet. Just
cream of the crop.
Almost. Oh yeah, no, we're talking amazing players, and crying and listening to this song and thinking that is where the bar is set. You've got to write a song at least approaching that.
Right.
And boy, if you ever go on YouTube and look up Oklahoma Stray and listen to the lyric, it will blow your mind. Blow your mind. And that's what we try to write towards. We try to write songs that are that good.
Then why don't we hear a song and we'll talk more?
Yeah, let's do Looking for
You
Him.
want to do the title cut?
Yeah, let's do the title cut.
Okay. All right. So
This is almost from the Steve Martin thing where it says it's impossible to do a sad song with a banjo.
Yes.
yeah.
It's kind of the same with a ukulele. Try to do a sad song with it. We'll get depression.
Yes. That's what he does. It's true.
And it's the double whammy of the ukulele and harmonica. Wish we had an accordion to make it.
Actually, when we don't take a band out,
Yeah.
I have a kick drum.
Yeah.
So literally, on Looking for Happy, I'll be playing the kick drum, the uke, and the harmonica at the same time.
And I play nothing.
You're like the guy that's on the street corner.
Yeah.
He is. I call him Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah. Dick Van Dyke. Yeah.
Because he's got the British accent to go, just like
Yeah.
Dick Van Dyke.
Really bad. All right, so.
All right.
Okay, I've got to do this. Sorry. Give me a second. This is worth it, I promise.
Ukuleles are finicky.
So much better. All right. Ready?
Lights my smiley face clock, sliding in my socks. I pour my first cup of tea. I'm just looking for happy. If you open your heart, you will see there's a million little opportunities to be looking for happy, looking for happy. Wizards and knights have magical fights as the rain taps so tepidly. I'm just looking for happy. If you open your heart, you will see there's a million little opportunities to be looking for happy, looking for happy. Holding hands, toes in the sand, your head on my shoulder, drinking the moment the sun falls into the sea. I'm just looking for happy. Yeah, I'm just looking for happy.
Hello from Winchester, it's Samantha Melrose for Nashville Meets World. We're here outside Winchester Cathedral today to take you through the Winchester Christmas markets. There's hundreds of chalets inside. They sell everything from food and drink to artwork, clothing, you name it, they sell it. This is voted number 2 in the UK in terms of Christmas markets, and it's within the top 8 in Europe. So let's go take a look.
We got a good phone call this morning. Signs were sold out. More like this now? Yeah. Because that's what, to be honest. Then I'm alright, well, I'm looking. Pragmatic.
markets have been running since 2006 and it's only 10 minutes from the train station, so get yourselves down here. For Nashville Meets World, I'm Samantha Melrose, back to you.
Cool song. I like that a lot. You can't possibly be sad.
Not with a ukulele, no.
Yeah. It's not coming from a dark place.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
When you're on the road, is it because you're so surrounded by family and music and having to do all the bookings yourself and do everything yourself, is it hard to find happy?
Not with this, surprisingly enough.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yes, it can be frustrating because we're not good at that because we're the creatives.
Yeah.
But
Like we're talking all the other stuff.
All the other
like the booking and that stuff, we're just not really good at that. But this brings us joy, and so it's not hard to find it. And it's the best when your kids are on stage with you and watching them. Because they're all so ridiculously talented as well. And seeing what they're going to do. No, we don't. No.
You just have to tell them, hey, I'll let you live for another day.
That's right. I can take you out and make another that looks just like you.
Exactly.
Yeah, we just did a trip to New York, and we took the 3 youngest kids. And it was fun. We had a blast.
They're good travelers, and they're great. They're great to be around, and they're just it's such joy for me. I love performing with them, all of them, and then hopefully at our CD release party we will have most of them with us.
Yeah, I'll be there for that. I'm looking forward to it.
We're very excited.
Is it a big deal to do these kind of things in a time where albums have become almost useless? They're just merch for most people. But you're doing a CD, you've got a full album to release and push and sell. Is that cool?
This has been, this record has kind of been a comedy of errors for a second. It was supposed to have been out about 2 years ago, and then stuff happened, and then we pushed it back another 2 months, and then stuff happened. But in the meantime, we've written so many new songs that ended up on the record, which, and honestly, this is our 4th record, and I'm very proud of all of our records, but this one we're the most proud of, and we think we put a lot of our life's blood into this.
Yeah.
It's got to be hard switching gears from studio work for other people, being on the road for more other people, and then coming home and having to squeeze in your own project.
It helps to have ADD and schizophrenia. And
At least ADD.
And I speak for everyone inside of me.
You're never alone with it.
This is never alone.
We're not making
That's why he's
fun.
an introvert.
It's just a joke. We're not making fun.
No.
Humor is still allowed, right?
Yeah, we still do humor.
Yes.
It kind of can be offensive sometimes. But,
Awesome.
But the people that are offended don't watch us. But the people that love that humor, hi.
You are our people.
Yeah. That's another thing too about international audiences. They're less offended by things. You can still be funny, and it's without having to worry about
Saying the wrong thing.
We don't take ourselves too seriously. You know, we're not precious about it.
No.
You can't. Yeah, I mean,
No.
none of us are doing rocket science.
Yeah.
Rocket science, or speaking English, apparently.
Yeah.
English.
I went to school to learn how to talk good.
Well, you know what they say, some people have a way with words and some people know how to
Right.
way.
Yeah. Another Steve Martin classic. We could just do the whole Steve Martin catalog.
We could.
Forget
It's appropriate.
the music, we're just going to do shtick today.
Yeah, that's right. And shtick happens.
Okay.
So you've got another song on here, and the video for it, you said, is something really special.
It is.
You want to explain it?
I will. So
Lucy, you got some.
Lucy. So when we set out to do this project, we wanted to do publicity and promotion, and so we did a crowdfunding back in February. and we had several tiers, and one of the tiers was you could write a song with us, and you could either do a guitar vocal or you could do a full production. So several weeks in, a friend of mine from high school called from Colorado and said, I want to do that tier, I want a full production, but this is what I want. And he was very specific, and he said, we're friends on Facebook, so I've seen some stuff. So there was a woman just this past Christmas named Sancy Shaw, that they're from Steamboat, actually in Clark, that area in Colorado.
She's a teacher, mother of four.
Right. And they were in Denver area for Christmas visiting family. And her daughter Charlie was not feeling well. So on Christmas Eve, they knew everything would be closed on Christmas, so they decided to go to one of the Minute clinics. And they went, and on the way back, they were hit head on by a drunk driver. Sancy was killed, and Charlie was severely injured.
Wow.
Like Charlie barely survived.
Yes.
The woman that hit them was a 4-time convicted
She was a
drunk
repeat
driver.
offender.
She was killed in the accident as well.
Right.
And so Charlie was in the hospital for months, got out, went back in.
And now is doing rehab, and
She's doing rehab. She's had brain damage, and she's just the sweetest, most beautiful little 6-year-old girl you'll see in the video.
so he was very specific. He said, it affected the whole community. It made the news because of the repeat offender. That's a problem in Colorado. So he said, I want to write a song about that, but I want it to be positive.
No challenge there.
No challenge there.
Wow.
So we set it aside and finished the crowdfunding, and then my grandmother had passed away. So 2 weeks after she passed away, we were like, let's sit down, let's do this. And I watched. Greg sent me pictures, video of her funeral. They have a Facebook page to support this, and so I got all the information I could get and came up with line ideas. And so we called Greg and we said, okay, we're gonna write the song. And he let us have free reign. He just gave us all the information.
We knew the song had to be positive, but we had like hints, like I wanted to say like a path to follow or something like that. And so we sat down to write it, and we realized we don't have enough. I need something to sink my teeth into as a writer. So we called him and said, Greg, tell us more. There's something you haven't, we're trying to find like even just a title. Yeah. He said, well, they are, there's a group of people selling t-shirts and hats and that say shine on. And I went, boom, there it is.
That was it.
And literally the song wrote itself in 3 hours.
It did.
Wow.
Sent it to Greg, just a guitar vocal, and we've all cried over this song.
Well, and we never considered, it wasn't a guarantee that if you write a song with us on the crowdfunding that it would go on the record. In fact, we didn't really consider that we were going to put any of them on the record because we,
Right.
But we fell in love with the song, and we thought.
And we love the message.
We sent it to Brett, Sancy's widower, and they just fell in love with it, cried. It's very emotional. And it turns out that Sancy and Brett and the family, they were just a beautiful family. And so they would be models in these videos, in
real estate.
In Steamboat Springs is a very highfalutin ski town, very,
Where the Starks go to play.
Yeah, a bunch of, so whenever somebody would want to sell a $10 million house, they bring in a video crew and make a video of it. And almost a little movie about it. And so we were able to to reach out to the videographers that did this and ask them to send us the raw footage. And we built a music video with Sancy in it. And we shot our footage here, close to where we live. And then we built this music video and had no idea that it would impact people the way it did. But and we weren't even going to release it. It was we had told our PR folks in the UK about it, and they said, Tommy, there's my bad accent again. Did you know that August is National Drunk Driver Victim Awareness Month in the UK? We really want to put this video out. We think this would be great. And we thought, okay. So we finished the video, sent it to him. immediately got alternate.
Well, we because we did it over there, we had to do it over here as well.
Yeah, so we gave the
Yeah.
video to Greg and Brett. Greg was our co-writer on it that came up with the idea, and so we released it this past Friday around 1:30.
Mm-hmm.
By that evening, like I think it was 8 hours, we had 10,000 views and almost 300 shares.
Wow.
In 8 hours. And today, I haven't checked recently, but we were a few hundred shy of hitting 50,000 today on Facebook, and almost 900 shares. And that's 100% organic, no ads taken out. And it's so funny. I sent it to Teddy Gentry, the guy from Alabama, and he texted me back, and he didn't even read the backstory, so he didn't even understand what it was about. He just called me and said, "I'm crying. You got me crying."
Wow.
So,
Well, then I think we should do the song so we can make everybody there cry as well.
Yes.
And me being the cold, heartless one. Oh, that's good.
all right. So
You're watching the Nashville Access Show with Camo and my special guest, Lost Hollow.
and this is dedicated to all the what do they call them? What does Greg call them?
I don't know.
Shine On Nation.
Oh, Shine On Nation.
Yeah, and also to our crowd, which is called the Hollowers. So.
You would capture every heart from the moment they met you. You could always see the best in everything. Your fierce eternal faith and your family you embraced has shown us just how dazzling your pure love can be. Shine on, let it shine so bright. Shine on like a beacon in the night. When it gets dark inside your heart, like the light is gone. Shine on like a million stars. Let your love ignite a billion sparks. And like the sun awakes the dawn, shine on. Remember those summer days we hiked those mountains. You would take my hand, I'd follow as you lead the way. You could name the wildflowers while we talked and laughed for hours, and the path was lit by the smile on your face. Shine on, let it shine so bright. Shine on like a beacon in the night. When it feels dark inside your heart, like the light is gone. Shine on like a million stars. Let your love ignite a billion sparks. And like the sun wakes the dawn, shine on. Well, you left us so sudden and without warning. Like the angel you always were, you're with them now. You left a hole in our heart we'll fill with precious memories. And the flame that was always you will never burn out. Shine on, let it shine so bright. Shine on like a beacon in the night. It feels dark inside your heart, like the Let your love ignite a billion sparks, like the sun that wakes the dawn. Shine on, shine on like a million stars. Let your love ignite a billion sparks, like the sun that wakes the dawn. Shine on.
That's a song. Wow. I have a funny feeling once the word really gets out on that, that's going to be a song people will want played at other families.
Yes, I agree.
There was somebody that said that on Facebook today. They sent us a little Facebook message.
Yeah. You either get the wedding song or the funeral song.
Exactly. But you know what? That's
okay.
good. Yeah.
That's
We
okay.
actually had a psychologist send us a message and said that he works with a group. She works with a group that are victims, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And she actually has played the video for them, and it really
She
helped
said
them.
it was very emotional, and they, it actually
In a
helps-
positive way.
helps them, deal with what they were going through.
Yeah.
So,
So people can get that on your Facebook page
yeah, or our YouTube.
or YouTube.
Yeah.
Yes, and if they get it on the if they want to purchase the download for the song, they can go to our website, and 100% they can donate whatever, and 100% will go to the Sancy Shaw Scholarship Fund.
Oh, excellent.
Mhm.
And that's www.losthollowband.com.
Yeah.
And we've raised about $2,400 so far.
Wow, excellent.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
It's so neat that, and I find that it's happening more and more these days, that music is making that connection to help people, probably more than it has. You know, the big ones got the headlines, We Are the World, and
Yeah.
all that craziness in the 80s, but then it kind of died off. And
Yeah.
it seems a lot of artists that I talk to are using their music to help heal others and do things like that.
Yeah.
So.
And that's what our goal is. We just want to tell stories and help people deal with whatever they're dealing with, whether it's positive or harsh, you know.
And there's always a surprise song on every record.
Right.
that you kind of pick your favorites, and this one has like jumped out, and it really just, like I said, kind of happened by accident, and sometimes God drops things in your lap and says, here, we're going to do it this way,
But that so often happens where, after I worked in advertising for a long time, everybody's, we got to create a viral video. And it's, well, that's really easier to say than it is to do.
Right.
Because so many of the great viral videos have been accidental.
Mm-hmm.
And that people have just latched onto. When you try and contrive something that people will latch onto, it usually falls flat on its face.
Right.
So it's the same sort of thing. You've come up with something that you thought, it wasn't ever going to be on the record, and then it's on the record, and now the video's
Right.
huge, and it's a complete accident.
It is. It really is. But it's great.
So you
Yeah.
can make it go viral by watching it and sharing.
Oh, you need to. I'm seriously watch the video.
Yeah.
It's another one of those things where after we did it, we kind of stepped back and went, I'm not taking any credit for this whatsoever.
Yeah.
Cool.
This just is. Window opens up. There it is.
Kind of like a Monty Python sketch.
Except instead of spam, it's a beautiful song.
Everybody expects a Spanish Inquisition.
Oh, don't get me going down that rabbit hole. I'll start.
I know, sitting here. When I worked in London, I met the guy that was the voice of God in Monty Python's.
The Holy Grail.
No, not the Holy Grail. It was
Life of Brian.
Life of Brian.
Yeah.
And that was to me like meeting God himself.
Yeah, really.
Seriously. That's
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's a radio award thing, and we were there, and I was just talking to this guy at the bar, and, your voice sounds really familiar. Yeah, I'm God.
And he owns it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Well, we did a thing in
That's
the
fabulous.
UK we did it was like a little networking party, and they actually made us get up and stand up on a coffee table and sing, which they'd never done that before. And at that party was this 6'10", massive giant of a person, and somebody nudged me and said, because I'm a Harry Potter nerd. I'm sorry, I know I'm too old to be a Harry Potter nerd. I've been to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter in London 4 times.
Oh, 4? I thought it was more.
4 times. And
you've obviously been to King's Cross Station.
Oh yes, we did it all.
I've done it all. I've been to some of the castles. Anyway, so this guy was Hagrid in the last movie when he was carrying the body of Harry.
Yeah, totally.
He was Hagrid. And I'm like,
I'm not sure we can be friends after this.
well, we'll go back to my
I have a special request. Could you do Water and Oil?
If we can stand up.
Okay.
That's a song I gotta stand up for.
All right.
Shine On's one too.
But
he writes these songs for me that kick my butt.
I'll stand up too.
That's right.
Lost Solo.
Alright, ready?
I guess. I am. I try to talk to you. You just see my lips move like a silent movie.
I wanna touch your hand, but you turn away and brush your hair. As you look right through me, we're just going through the motions. We keep hitting walls. You and I, we're building castles in the tide, chasing rainbows in the night, fighting what is wrong, trying to make it right. When will we close the curtain on this hopeless dream, wake up and set each other free? 'Cause we just don't mix anymore, like water and oil. The candles burning out as I look at you across the table, and your eyes are empty. Oh, there's so much more I wanna say, I wanna reach you, God, I miss you, but it's too late. Oh, we're just playing house without a home. Why can't we let this go? You and I, we're building castles in the tide, chasing rainbows in the night, fighting what is wrong, trying to make it right. When will we close the curtain on this hopeless dream, and wake up and set each other free? 'Cause we just don't miss anymore, like water and oil. Every kiss, the wasted years, and all that's left is sand in our hands. Falling, falling. You and I, we're building castles in the tide, chasing rainbows in the night, fighting what is wrong, trying to make it right. When will we close the curtain on wake up and set each other free, 'cause we just don't want this anymore. Like water and oil, water and oil, water and oil.
Wow. Lost Hollow, Water and Oil is from a different album.
Yes.
But the new album is called Looking for Happy, Lost Hollow. It comes out on August 26th. Now your CD release party is August 27th.
27th.
At the Basement.
Basement East.
Basement East.
Yes.
7
The
p.m.
big stage.
Yes.
And we've got some really special guests coming. We've got John Forcoli, he's going to get up and sing. Johnny Reed, probably the biggest artist in Canada.
In Canada.
Is
Yeah,
going to
Yes,
go.
amazing.
Teddy
Teddy Gentry's coming up for it.
Gentry's going to come up and sing. Paul Overstreet, we're thinking.
Mhm.
Wow.
Need to confirm
Yeah.
him, but
That's going to be a big show. Make sure you catch that August 27th.
Yes.
At the Basement East. And no doubt you'll be able to buy hard copies of the CD.
Yes.
as
Yes.
well.
For sure.
Excellent. What have you got planned other than that? Looking past that, what have you got going on? UK tour dates?
yeah, we're heading to the UK second half of October.
Yes.
And we're going to be doing a record release show over there as well.
Nice.
At the Bedford in Balham in London.
Oh,
Yes.
that's a great venue.
Oh, it's a great venue,
Yeah.
and they've just redone it.
Yeah, they've spent
It's
about
stunning.
6-7 million
Oh,
pounds.
it's beautiful.
Incredible. And then towards the end of the trip, it looks like we might be doing a show at the Troubadour
Yes.
in London. And the Troubadour is, a little bit of trivia for you, is where the peace sign came from.
Oh, wow.
Because the peace sign is actually a map of 3 ley lines that converge, and then they just drew a circle around it, and that became the peace sign.
Wow.
And it was at the Troubadour.
Neat.
Yeah.
So, tour dates and everything you can find on your website. You
Yep.
keep people up to date on
Yes,
Facebook
for sure.
and socials.
Yes.
Really thrilled that you came in today. And
Thank you
took
so
time.
much.
I love having you guys in.
We
need to do
had a
this
blast.
more
We
often.
do. Yes, we would love to.
And make sure you go out and catch Lost Hollow anywhere you can find them in the UK, US, wherever they may be. You'll find their dates on their website.
Yes.
Facebook pages.
Can I sing one more really quick song?
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lorrie.
Happy birthday to me.
And see, I didn't sing because nobody wants that to happen ever.
Aw, thank you.
And what have the Romans done for us? Monty Python.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, it was awesome. It
Tommy,
was
thanks.
fantastic.
Let's do this again sometime soon. Thanks for watching the Nashville Access Show with Camo. My special guest today, Lost Hollow. Make sure you check them out wherever you can find them because their music is incredible and they're cool people. See you next time.